Today we're gonna learn how to paint this boat with reflection in watercolor. For our member of enjoyingart.com, I'm looking forward to seeing you in our fun and relaxing Friday painting together. If this is your first time to our channel, it's all about making art easy with relaxation. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification. First, let me tell you the brushes that I'm using. I only use two brushes. One is a flat brush. It's gold here. Okay. Take care of the brush. Just use the two fingers. Right. Just softly massage it every time before you start using it. Okay. Now the hair very soft. Also remove all the bubble, all the air inside the brush here. Now the brush is ready to use. That's very sharp over here, very organized. And this is the calligraphy brush. The calligraphy brush can use for medium and small shapes. And the tip is very sharp, so it's very easy to control. The bottom of the boat, right over here. And this is the top, the tip of the boat, like that. So this looks like a triangle. So think about some simple shape. Now you're going to stop. Now think about, you're going to move it a little bit more to the left, to the right. And what you're going to have it on the right hand side to balance it. You have to think about all this. Okay. Now I'm going to take a look at, if this is the bottom, this is the top. Right. And the top of the back of the boat, it will be here a little bit less than, a little bit more than, a little bit less than half from here to here. So I'm gonna put that right over here and thinking about the angle. Looks like the angle is coming up a little bit, okay, but not too much. So here you go. Now I'm gonna put that right here. That's the back piece. Okay, coming up a little bit like that. That's good. Here you go. Now I'm gonna think about that again. A little slide, a little bit curve coming over here. Now here you go. Coming over here, a little curve to the back over here. I can see the side, a little bit the side over here. So we're also thinking about the painting process. So when we're painting the water, we're gonna paint the water first, and we can just painting over the reflection, especially the back over the reflection. But we're probably gonna leave the little zigzag shape of the reflection, the white over here. We're probably gonna leave it. So it's difficult to reverse that if you're going to cover with blue color. So double check on the reflection should be the same, right, vertically. So from here to here, so you can see the top over here, right over there. You don't have to draw too much details. You just, when you get to it, you paint it. That'll be fine. Okay, now this is good. Now I have the space for the boat. And should I draw all those in the middle? No, the drawing is just for the purpose of remind yourself when you are doing the masking for the water. I also want to draw a little bit about the rope. You can just let it go. I'm not sure I want to keep the rope over there. Is there add any interest to it? Maybe it does. So I'm gonna have a little bit line coming over here like that, maybe a little curve like this. So, and maybe another one, but you don't have to do it exactly like what they look. They're probably fine. I'm gonna remove the knot. Okay, are we ready? And so I'm gonna do the step of doing the water. And when I do the mask, after I mask it, I'm gonna start painting it quickly, because if you don't do it, in a few minutes it dry, so you have to mask again, right? So the color I'm gonna use, that would be just the blue color, and the blue color can be mixed in between the Windsor blue green shade and the Windsor blue red shade. So let's first do the water masking. I'm gonna wet the outside. Okay, like that. Put your head a little bit lower so you can see the glassy reflection. Okay, I'm gonna paint around over here, like that. You don't have to paint exactly touching the pencil. You'll be okay. Because when you apply color, you can move the color wherever you want to move. I know some members have a problem with a hand and hurt the hand, and I want to give you a challenge that if you can change different hand to paint to see how it like, because I really believe that the most important device that we have for painting is not the hand, it should be the mind, the brain. Okay, I just get the water in here, so I'm gonna use the paper towel to take it out. Watercolor paper have sizing at the top layer of the paper, so if you take it out, the water actually stops sinking in, so you can, it will be just fine. Okay, if you do it quick enough. So right there, that's good. I'm gonna come back over here, and then I'm going to mask, also include the back, the reflection of the back of the boat. Okay, right, like there. Okay, that's good. Right. Okay, the rest is just simple. Right, just water. Now I'm gonna double check on the top over here. It's already dry, so I'm gonna put some water back to it. Okay, now we're going to be ready to painting the color for the water. Now I'm going to take the blue, and the blue is not exactly a very bright blue, so you can mix with the orange color or mix other colors that have in the mixing area. That's fine. I'm going to take a look at that, take a little bit more water. I'm going to take this Windsor blue green shade, have it a little bit warmer, like that. Okay, that's good. Mix that together. Okay, now I'm going to be ready to start putting in the paper. You see that it's very soft. The color is going to bleed. Okay, now I'm going to coming over here. Now start looking at the outside. Okay, and take a look. And one more thing about painting like this, also with this 1-inch flat brush, when you are painting like this, it moves the color around, but you also need to tap on it, let the paint coming back to the location. Okay, that's good. Let some color coming closer to here, and the outside is really wet, so that the water would bring the color around. That's pretty easy. Okay, now I'm gonna mix a little bit more of this two blue color. Okay, coming back over here. Now a little bit challenge over here. I'm gonna paint it around over here, painting around the rope right here. That's good, like that, coming down. Now here you go. Now look at the edge over here. Now I'm going to use the calligraphy brush for that. You're just painting a little bit around the outside over here. Okay, here you go. Do it quicker when you do that. Okay, coming over here too, like a little zigzag. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna just put it on wherever the water. Just good, like that. And think about, is that dark enough? It's just not dark enough. You want to do it right now. And I think about, maybe I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to mix this two color, even have a little bit red color. I already have the red color in here. I'm going to have it a little bit darker, especially for the space at the front. So at this point, you really want to get it into the correct value as much as you can. Okay, like that. That's good. If you can do it one time to make it right, that will be perfect, right? Okay. A little bit more. So, no worry. Now I'm gonna quickly change it to the calligraphy brush. Here you go, and I'm gonna pick the color. I'm gonna come back over here to do the details. First over here, we're gonna do that as a little bit kind of shape. I'm gonna have a little bit, even a little bit darker. So have those color coming closer. Here you go, like that. This brush has very easy to control the details. Okay, here you go. Now coming to the top over here. The top, I'm gonna take a look at, that's the gap over here, and then have a little gap. I'm gonna leave the side of the boat a little bit later, so that the color can be a little bit brighter, right? That's good, like that. And the edge over here, and a little zigzag shape. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have a little gap over here, like that. Okay, so that's fine. Nice shape. Okay, you see that it looks different. Inside over here, it has no water before we do that. So now I'm going to see if I have some soft shape by just tap on it to see if we can have some soft water ripple feeling. It's still very wet. Just use a calligraphy brush, putting it here, like just a little bit darker, the blue color, like that, to see how much it's gonna stay. Okay, a little bit. The whole painting is already dry. Now I'm gonna come in to give a little bit more water ripples, but it's just going to take the very much the same blue color that we had before. Just use the calligraphy brush and just let's take a look. Start from over here. Before I work on it, I want to show you that you need to have the way you use the brush is just going to tap it like this. Put it down and then make it up. Put it down and put it up like this. This kind of shape. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. Just take a little blue color. So I'm going to take a look over here. Some is a little bit longer. So I'm going to do one over here. Down, up, right? And take a look, make it a little random. So it looks like it can be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to take a little bit more water. Down. Okay. And making sure before you do this, is the paper already dry? If not, you can have some other textures that you don't want to keep or don't want to see. Okay, a little bit like that. And when it's in the distance, you want to have a little bit less contrast. So coming back to the front over here, and put it down like that. Put it down. It's very simple, like that. A little bit over here, put it down. So you have a little bit smaller, the bigger, and then smaller. Okay, a little bit over here, like that. That's good. Right. So with a little bit more, you confirm a little bit more the illusions of the water ripple. Like that. A little bit here. Okay, this is good. Put it down, lift it up. And some you can have a little bit longer. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to paint the bigger area. So I'm going to paint this whole shadow side. I'm going to take a look at the color is definitely darker than the water, right? So I already have enough blue color, so it should have a little bit yellow color into it. So I'm going to take a little yellow color like that. And if it's too bright, you just take a little red color. The idea is very simple. I'm going to take a little bit more yellow, and here you go. Now I'm going to start painting this shape. Everything we do, think about shapes. I'm going to start from here. So that's why when we do the drawing earlier, we don't necessarily always draw the whole details. We can draw it as we need to, draw more details as we're going. I'm going to draw a little shape over here, a little bit at a time. Draw a little shape like that, leave that over here for the sitting, the bench, kind of bench. Okay, coming on this side. Well, I did the drawing exercise last week, so if you missed that, you're welcome to go back to the video and watch it again. Okay, coming here. Think about the shape over here, and then going on this side. Leave the edge and have a little bit suggestion for the lobe, and there you go. Good. Now I'm gonna mix a little bit blue into here, somewhere on the top over here. Now I'm gonna paint it into the whole shadow area. Just have a strong impression of the whole shape. Here you go. Like that. I'm gonna have a little bit green color. I think I'm gonna make it even darker, so I'm gonna have a little bit more blue over here. There's some red color. Here you go. And in the bottom, I'm gonna make it even darker. So I will separate the smaller shape later. Take care of the whole big shape. On the edge over here, I'm gonna add a little bit blue color. A little bit blue with a little bit yellow in here. That's just the spot, the color change a little bit. Now this is good. As well here, quite a little bit blue color. I'm gonna put that in over here too. This is wet into wet process. And in the middle over here, I'm going to drop in some really dark color. So I take the blue and the red color together. I'm just going to drop it in right over here. We're going to give a little bit more definitions later. But right now, I just want to have an overall impression. In the middle over here is darker. Like that. I'm going to continue on the side over here. So I'm gonna first get the foundation color. It's a little bit kind of brown color as the foundation. I'm gonna take this color with the little blue color, and I want to think about more the value instead of thinking the color. So I'm thinking about the back over here, right here, like that. Leave a little gap on the top. Okay, you go. Now go ahead all the way from the left to the right, like that. Here you go. Now I'm gonna leave enough room over here in the middle for the name of the boat. I'm gonna put that over here, so we're not gonna forget it. So I'm gonna coming down a little bit like that, and that's good. Put a little bit line in between. Yeah, that's good. This brush can help you to make a very, very thin line. So no worry, you don't have to switch different brushes. I'm gonna get a little bit yellow color, and I'm gonna continue coming down a little bit over here, paint the foundation color. You might be thinking about what about the red color? When I'm gonna paint the red color will be a little bit later, and we're gonna use the dry brush technique to create that. Okay, so I'm gonna coming over here. I'm not gonna touch in the bottom because the bottom is going to have a little bit darker color over there. So I'm gonna have a little bit more yellow, a little red, so make it kind of a little bit light brown color, orange color. Okay, coming over here. Okay, here you go, like that. So this is the foundation on the back, like that. That's good. Now after you finish this, we can continue to working into the reflection. And the reflection is, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to paint the background color for that first. I'm going to put over here a little bit more like a greenish color. Okay, like that. Start with this. And I'm going to have a little bit more gray color. Okay, have a little bit red, so a little bit too bright. Have a little red like that. So I'm gonna put that in here. Here you go. Okay, going around. This color can be a little lighter after it dry. So I'm gonna coming over here. Take a look on the edge. There's nice edge. Okay, a little bit over here. A little bit isolated. Remember what we talk about when we paint. Try to paint the texture in the outside water. I'm gonna put the outside over here. I'm gonna use a little bit uneven shape. I like the zigzag shape. And also I'm gonna have a little bit, take a look at the name over there, and straight vertical from there, like that. A little bit distorted. That's good. Like that. Okay, that's good. Paint around this. Okay. Now I'm going to try to set the color except the red, and what color we're gonna set it, and make sure those colors, they're all even connected together. And it's maybe a little bit yellow-ish. Put it over here like that. That's good. Now I'm going to add a little bit simple shape, isolated from that. I'm gonna have a little red into that. Okay, ready? Just going to take a look at here, a little big shape over here, like that. Something a little bit connected over here, and there you go. like that. Okay, a little very thin shape. And I'm gonna have a little bit over here. And a little shape over there. That's good. That make a very nice impression. They make like the water moving. Okay. And also in this shape, I'm gonna have a little red color and drop in the middle over there, so that is showing there is some of the color from the boat, like that. Maybe a little bit over here too. That's not so bright, so I'm a little bit over here in the middle over there. Okay. Now I'm gonna paint the side of the boat here. And when you do that, when you squint your eye to see the value between this color and the water, okay, it looks like a little bit lighter than the blue color in the water. So I'm gonna take that a little red color. I don't want to have it too dark, right? So just take a little bit this color. That should be good. And I'm gonna take a look. I put it over here. And if it's too dark, you can leave it up. Okay, now take it coming down over here. That's good. And the corner have a little light. I'll leave a little light. That's good, right here. And now I'm gonna squint my eye. It looks like it's darker than the outside. So I'm not sure. I might be just lift it up a little bit. Just let go the water and just lift it up right here. Make it a little bit lighter. Here you go. Now it looks lighter than the water. Okay. Now I'm going to paint in the reflection. The reflection is darker. Okay, now I'm going to take this color. Here you go. I'm going to come in here. Leave a little gap. Okay, now come to the edge over here. I'm going to paint the edge, make a little zigzag shape. Okay, coming down like that. That's good. And also on this side, little zigzag shape. That's good. Okay, now coming up over here. And also it's a little color. I have to make that feel like there's the reflection of the rope, which should be a little like gray brown color. Okay, keep it over there, and a little bit color like this. Gonna keep that as the reflection. Here you go. Now I'm gonna paint it into the whole space here. That's good. Okay. Here you go. Now it's good. Now that's the foundation for the reflection of the boat up here. It may be a little bit too bright. In that case, I'm going to drop in some complementary color. Maybe just have a little bit gray color in here. I already have some gray color. I'm going to drop in some color here. I'm going to lift up some color. And then I'm going to drop in a little bit blue color in here. There you go. Now make it a little bit less intense. Okay. Now that's good. Now I'm gonna come to the back over here. Next, I'm gonna paint a little bit color inside the boat and the light side. It's very light, so I'm gonna have a little yellow color with a little bit very light blue color. Just add a little bit more water. Now I'm just gonna lay it over here. It looks like too much green. Just get a little bit blue in here. Here you go, like that. That's good. Leave the top. Just have a little color here. That's good. Now we'll come back to do the details later. We can do that all together. Okay. Now I'm gonna paint the dry brush effect. I'm gonna just take the red color. When you do the dry brush effect, you don't want to have too much paint, too much wet. Okay, I'm gonna have that like this. I'm gonna take a look at, start from the bottom here, and like this. Take a look. I'm gonna coming from the left to the right. Now on this side, it's gonna start having some dry brush. So I only use the side of my brush. I also let go the excess wet. I'm gonna see. Seems something really dry like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna actually want to have the color a little bit darker red. I'm gonna take a little bit darker red. Okay, that's good. Here you go. The dry brush. That's good. Now coming up over here, I'm gonna let go the excess wet and also open up the brush a little bit. Now I'm gonna take a look at, just use the hair on the side, the fill here, just draw like this. You see that? Now you see the dry brush. Okay, slowly. You don't have to make it too fast. Here you go. A little bit on the top over here too, like that. That's good. Okay. Now what we have on the top. And the side over here is some color going outside to the water. You can just lift it up. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to do the same to the reflection in the water. This color a little bit darker, so I'm going to mix this color with the blue. So here you go. Now I'm going to coming down over here. The same thing, and going through from the left to the right. Okay, like that. Here you go. A little bit. A little bit softer. Now on this side, I'm going to also use a little dry brush effect. Here you go. Open up the brush here. Here you go. Like that. Here you go. That's good. Wow, that's good. And after you do that, you can also put some dark color, just a little green. Let's put a dark color and put it on the bottom over here. And showing that's just the dark reflection of the dark color above it. So I'm gonna have also over here I have a little bit light effect, a little light dots over here, and we can put some deeper color a little bit later. Okay, At the same time, doing on this side. In the reflection, it need to be also have some kind of gray color. Okay, so over here I'm gonna add a little bit gray color over here, so I don't want it to be standing out so much, because everything in the water is already looks dark, and if you put the really light color next to it, it will look like a pop up too much. So I'm gonna have that, make it a little bit seduced. We're gonna make it a little bit softer, and also have a little bit gray color for the loop, and I'm gonna have that a little bit over here too, and like that. That's fine. So also I have a little line over here that you can see in the reflection. I'm gonna, because that also is a part of the a little bit darker part of the cast shadow on the side of the boat. Okay, like that is interesting. That's fine. And then I will do the same thing, but on the top I will just have a little bit red color, a darker red color, and over here a little bit thinner line. Like that. That's good. One more. That's fine. Okay. Now we're going to add some really deep color also on the edge. I'm going to take the much darker color, take a little bit more blue, and a little red color. Here you go. This is a pretty deep. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to tap a little bit over here. There's a little bit dark color over there. There's a little dark color over here. Right, on the edge over here, we can also add a little dark color. That's good. Like that. So reflected. Now I'm going to put some dark color in between the light and dark area. So I'm going to add the red and the winter blue green shade. And I'm going to make some really deep color right here. Here you go. Like that. That's good. And now on this side, also a little separation. And we can do a little scratch to get back a little bit light, a little sparkling white shape on the top. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. Now most colors, if we already created it. So before we go further, we want to add a little bit light brown color for the I would say the little stick over there. Just take that color. I'm gonna put that in here, and also on this side, because under the sun, I'm gonna put that over here. Keep all the way coming this way, like that. That's good. Right. Okay, I'm gonna have a little gray color, but a little bit like lighter. Okay, I'm gonna put on the side, the edge over here. Now I'm gonna add a little bit details. Gradually have some details to the boat. Okay, right there. Like that. That's good. Maybe a little bit more gray. Like that. There you go. Now on the side here, I'm also going to have a little bit light brown color. and the top over here. Now we add a little bit more realistic details. Maybe a little bit blue over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Right, why don't we also add some little bit light brown orange color to the shadow side of the rope. Okay, over here. That's good. And this one. There you go. And also in the reflection. Okay, I let it all the way coming down like that. That's okay. And it looks like I need to make the color in the catch the shadow of the rope a little bit darker. So I'm gonna add a little bit more red color. There you go. And the catch the shadow, the color appear to be the original local color of the object, which is the red color. I'm gonna put that in here. That's good. Okay. And maybe at this time, we're gonna give a little bit light suggestions to the name. But before I do that, I need to make it a little bit more gray. I need to put a little gray color, so that I just add a little bit light blue color to it. That's fine. Okay. You don't want to have it bright white. It doesn't need to be a bright white. Okay, like that. That's fine. And also in the reflection, you make it a little bit dimmer. You don't have to make it that bright, that light. Okay, like that. That's good. Now for now, we're going to add some small shape inside the boat in the shadow side. So I'm going to take this color. Here you go. I'm going to have a little bit darker. It has a little bit more blue color. Now I'm going to take a look at inside the shape over here. This is the smaller shape. So take a look at this board over here from the left to the right. Let's draw that a little bit lower. That's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. On this side, here you go. Okay. I have a little details. And take a look at on the side over here, that on the side of this. Put it there. And we can add some detail a little bit later. So now gradually we divide the bigger shape into smaller and smaller shape. We're gonna make this even a little bit smoother, a little bit darker. Now on the side over here, we can also have a little bit separate the top and compare to the side. I'm gonna over here make it a little bit different from the board at the top layer. Okay, like that. Also separate that a little bit. That's good. Right, now I have some good details. Now I'm going to even add some really darker color. Add a little blue color mixed with this red. And I'm going to actually have a little bit color, soft color in here. Put it there. That's good. Like that. Put a little color there. And here you go. That's good. Now at this point, I'm going to mix the color that have a little bit more greenish, a little blue color, and have a little yellow. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the catch the shadow of this stick and put it over here. See that? Now this already dry, so it's a good time. There you go. That. Put it down, look, and draw. There you go. That's good. And now you can drop in the different colors because right now it's still wet. So there's space. I'm going to add a little blue color here. So I'm going to just drop that blue color in here. It's gradually fading into the whole area. And the bottom over here, I'm going to add a little red color. I'm going to drop that in. So that's how we can modify the color within that little shape much easier, right? And also I'm going to put a little bit shape over here, the mark. And here you go. A little detail over here. Now this is already getting drier. So I'm going to get a little bit detail in here. That's good. Like that. A little detail coming down. Here you go. And we can have a little bit detail, the mark, the dots over there. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Maybe the time for us to do a little details on the side. So first I'm going to add a little bit light brown color on the top here. Now I'm going to add a little suggestions of that, showing that a little bit the paint already peel off from the boat. So it's seeing a little wood on the side here. That's good. Like that. And a little bit over here too. A little bit brighter. So I'm going to get the yellow mixed with this color together so it look brighter. Okay. If it's too dark, you can always lift up the color. So I'm going to just take the water away. Now I'm just going to lift up the color to make it a little bit lighter, like that. Now this is good. I'm going to add a little bit texture, a little bit blue, light blue color texture. I'm going to put that a little bit like that. And a little texture over here. That's good. I'm going to add a little bit dark details. Here you go. A little bit here. And look at it again. Like that. Here we go. Beautiful. I'm going to have a couple over here. Okay. That's a little bit add to it and make a good statement. So I'm going to have a little opening, the crack over here showing the wood. Over here too. A little bit over here too. I think we've done enough for that. Okay. And we're going to add the very suggestions of the text over here and start from a little light. Okay, like that. Okay. There you go. Okay. You don't have to make it really readable. That's fine. Here you go, a little bit over here. That's okay. Now I'm gonna add a little bit reflection. Just use the red color onto the rope because it's facing to the red boat. So it should have some very bright red color right next to. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. And maybe a little bit reflection over here. I'm gonna have that. Change that a little bit. Like that. Okay. On the other side, also gonna add a little few dots and just a few dots over here. The same thing as in the inside. A little bit. That. Okay. And let's see. We're gonna make a little bit darker, even a little bit darker in here. So make the board stand out a little bit more. And that's good. Like that. Now I'm gonna also make this a little bit small shadow side. Okay, over here, a little bit shadow. Just a little, that's fine. Okay, let's take a look at what else we need to do to make this look complete. Maybe the reflection of this also see a little bit of the shadow of the rope. Okay, here you go. Like that. Okay. How are we doing? Maybe I'm gonna add some darker details under this side. I'm gonna have a little bit line coming down like this. A little bit darker over here. A little bit deeper details in the here, a little bit deeper. I'm gonna have a little line, a little bit sharper detail right over here, like that. Okay. And I'm going to decide to add a little layer of blue colors at the front. Okay. I'm going to start from the bottom over here. Here you go. Okay. Okay, now the water look a little bit more interesting. And now I think the painting is finished. Right, step by step.